Okay everyone, well welcome back. So part 2 here. Hopefully you did have a chance to grab a sip of water. Okay, we're going to be staying on the ground. So again, grabbing your stability ball and let's go back down in that position there. So this one here, we're going to start with what's called a reverse crunch or reverse curl. Again, if you don't have the ball, you don't have to worry about it. You can just have your legs in the air. But if you have the ball, the benefit is, again, secondary muscles, more muscles are helping out. We're going to be using our inner thigh. So again, just to be consistent, be at the edge of the mat. We're going to capture the ball between our feet, okay? Our hand position, as you guys know, right, if you've watched my other videos, I don't do like hands here. Take them out of the equation because you will push, you will cheat essentially. Put them underneath your head, okay? So you're going to bring that ball up. And really all you're doing is a reverse crunch, which for those that have never done a reverse crunch, it's working your transverse abdominis, the most internal, flaccid, weakest muscle of the abdominal wall in terms of the anterior position anyway. And really, if you're just engaging, if you just do this, you're working that muscle, okay? It does compression. So depending on how strong and how much endurance you have, you might come up a little bit higher. That's wonderful, but again, we control both ways. Okay, so 15, do what you can do. Ready, gang, here we go. So 1, nice, slow down. Again, if we can, 2, try to maintain that contraction. Try not to go all the way back down to the floor with those glutes. Okay, try to keep your tailbone, that coccyx bone, off the mat if you can. If you're just starting out, or if this is a weak area on you, you know that, then do what you need to do, okay? But try not to be jerky, try not to rock, try not to use momentum, anything like that, okay? Really, whatever your range of motion is, just try to do it well, okay? It's the quality always counts, okay? It's not about the quantity or the intensity level, the resistance. It's the quality of the movement that really makes a difference. Okay, so let's go again. Oh, we'll shoot for 8. Sounds about right. 7. Good, control down, Kara. Okay, here we go. 6. Good, control down. Really be in the moment, everyone. Right? More that you think about what you're doing, the muscle group that you're working, the more you reap out of it. Okay, studies have shown that. If you're sort of thinking about your to-do list that day or your grocery list, if you're not present, you don't get as much out of it as you can. So really try to be mindful, okay, of what you're doing and focus on the muscle or muscles, really, because we never just work one, right? There's 2. Okay, and here we go. Try your best. One final one. And control down, nice and slow, and done. Good work, everyone. Okay, coming up, and I'm going to say we're probably going to be doing a glute bridge. Of course we're doing a glute bridge. So if you've got the ball, beautiful. If you don't, you're off the ground, okay? So glute bridge, similar muscles to the hamstring lift and roll. This time we keep knees at 90 degrees, okay, starting position. You can make it more challenging if we want to open up, but the knee joint does not move, okay, doesn't open up and close, okay? So start at 45 degrees, 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip, okay? Hand position, again, same as that hamstring lift and roll. Better balance or stability if you're wide, okay? But again, you play, okay? So we're going to do a one-legged. Now this is a progression. If you find that a one-legged is too intense, then you regress. You go to 2, okay? But I'm going to do a one-legged glute bridge. You want to keep the pelvis square. Don't tilt left or right. Just be blocked, okay? Be square to the ceiling. So I'll start here for demonstration purposes. And we're going to, lift up slightly, right? You want to activate, okay? So nice and tight, nice and solid. And then you're going to lift up and then down. Okay, so again, that's 90 degree at the knees. Notice it doesn't change. The ball does not move, right? Hold that ball in position. So I'll let you get in position there. I'm going to change my arm to make it a little bit more challenging in terms of stability for me. Okay, ready everyone? Let's do 15. Here we go. 1. Okay, and lift up. 2, squeeze. Okay, and 3. And again, if you found that you're in a position that, you know what, you're all wobbly, okay, the movement isn't smooth, it's not controlled, you know, there should be some adjustments going on there, absolutely. Okay, that's the purpose of working with the ball, right, is to constantly reorientate your body, but you should not be all over the map, as I say, okay. it should be somewhat fluid, somewhat efficient movements, not jerky and ballistic. Okay, and up and squeeze. Okay, here we go. Let's go for 8. 8, we can do this, we can do this. 7. Good form, everyone. Okay, feeling the back of the thigh, the glute area. And we've got 5. Nice and square. Okay, and 4. Opening up that knee joint if you need to. Okay, if you want to make it a little harder, right, lengthening that leg. 2 more. This is right good, perfect for me. I'm really feeling it. Last one. Slow back down and done. One side anyway. Okay, switching off, similar position. Okay, make it equal. Getting in position there, right? You choosing your level. Activate first, right? Cue up your body. Let's rock. So 1. Okay, let's go for 2. Nice and square. Breathing out as we come up. 3. Okay, fight for position with that ball. 4. Don't let it move. Don't let it move. 5. Okay, a little pop at the top. 6. Okay, doing that pelvic tilt, right? Really capturing those back of the leg muscles, those glute muscles. Reach up and down. Squeeze strong. Excellent, gang. Okay, let's work it back from 8. We're getting close. Okay, we got to do the work though. 7 and down. Lift, lift, lift. Squeeze. Okay, we're strong. 5. Don't hold that breath. 4. Keep coming. 3. Should start to burn right now. 2. Okay, really, really burn. And last one. And done. Awesome job. Okay, those last few should really be challenging, right? If you get to the end point and there's nothing going on there, okay, then you know that you need to up the ante a little bit. You need to go to a little bit more of a level, okay, higher level in terms of the positioning. Okay, so here we go, driving car. We got 2 more and then we'll segue into stretching. Okay, so grabbing our ball again. If you don't have a ball, a weight, or even just your arm position is fine, okay? So we're gonna go back into 90 degrees of the knee, 90 degrees of the hip, hanging on to our ball, okay? And I'm just gonna turn away from you here. So we're just gonna go opposite. We wanna create a spiral effect in our spine, okay? And then come back in and then go the other direction like so. So what you wanna maintain is neutral spine, right? So obviously shoulders down, okay, neutral spine here, but really focusing on the lumbar region, because as we go side to side, your back, as I can feel it right now, is going to start to arch, okay, like mine is doing right now. So you want to pull that belly button in, maintain your neutral spine, right, and it's different for everybody. So pulling belly button in, okay, getting our breath, getting set, getting focused, ready gang, here we go. So 1, rotate to the sides, come back in, okay, the other side now. So again, be in the moment, be present. Think about the back. As you're going to the sides with those knees, right, naturally your back wants to arch. Don't let it. Maintain that neutral spine position, okay? So hold it in the whole time. If you want to make this harder, all you need to do is take your knees a little further away, okay? Take them further away, again, having more weight distributed on the lower end, okay? Your lower body there, you're going to make your transverse abdominis work a little harder, okay? And come back, center. Readjust. Again, neutral spine, nice and controlled. We'll go 4, hold position, nice and slow, right? 3, time under tensional gang, so nice and slow. 2, we're working for it, hold. 1 final one, okay, always end where we begin and finish off right there. Beautiful job. Okay, 1 final one, and then we're going to go back up and we're going to start stretching. So opposite hand and leg, a little easier against the knees, a little harder against the toes. Okay, so we're going to go opposite limbs. So I'll start down here, okay, just to demonstrate. Again, neutral spine here. So 90 degree at the knee, 90 degree at the hip. We're lengthening. So just moving the arm and leg, okay, out like so towards the floor. Okay, remember, don't touch the floor if we can avoid it. If you want to make this harder, it just looks like this. Again, longer leg, longer lever, more weight for that transverse staff to hold down. Okay, so you decide, gang. Let's finish up. We're gonna do 12 in total, then we stretch. Here we go. Nice and slow, 1. Come back in. Okay, nice, slow, 2. Come back in. Think about that back position. Okay, you can feel the tug, right? You can feel a pull on that lumbar region. So keep it neutral. I sometimes say flat, and that's not always accurate. Okay, for men have a straighter, flatter low back lumbar area, but you know, depending on your curvature of that lumbar spine, right, your neutral might not be flat. Okay, most times it's not. So whatever your neutral spine is, just don't let that belly button, that belly pop up. Contract, nice and strong. Okay, here we go. 3 more. And come back in. Nice and strong, nice and strong. And in. Doing an awesome job, you guys. Yeah, you're doing awesome. And work with me, one last one. Here we go. All the way out, whatever you can. And back in, and we survived another class. Okay, so ball can just go to the side, everyone. Okay, we're gonna now just quickly transition into our stretchy ups. A nice long, almost 10 minutes there. So straighten the leg, put the toes out to the side, hands come above the head. Okay, just lengthen your body out, reach, 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 reach. And I'm gonna say, let's now grab underneath the knees, and that's key. Draw those knees into the chest, hold it there for a few seconds. We don't wanna do this because we don't wanna put any excess strain on that ACL, that anterior cruciate ligament. Okay, that's basically holding your knee together, okay, these bones together. So we always grab underneath the knee. If you do have some knee issues, you don't wanna add any issues to that, okay? Take your knees off now to the side, okay? So arms can go out as well. And you might find that you're not as, have as much mobility or flexibility in that low back. And you might not have your knees to the ground, they may be up in the air, and that's okay, right? You just take it to your end point, relax into the stretch. Okay, so breathe into the stretch. You should feel it on the opposite side, okay? And we're gonna come back now to neutral, and we're gonna switch, so knees off now to the other side again. Trying to maintain shoulder blades on the ground if we can, okay? And you may have a different level of flexibility on this side. You might be up here, or you might be down lower, okay? As I often say, no 2 joints, no 2 muscle groups are ever the same. Wear and tear of life, scar tissue, injury, all that plays a huge role, right? Okay, back up to neutral, everyone. Let's now extend our left leg to the ground. Our right leg is going to come to the ceiling, okay? Leg is straight, that's the key. So if you're back here, that's fine. If you're a little bit higher, if you're a little bit higher yet, that's okay. The goal is not per se to grab the ankle, okay? I think a lot of times with fitness classes, I often see that, where people try to grab the ankle, but they end up bending the knee. Well, that defeats the purpose. You're not going to get an effective stretch on these hamstring muscles. The leg has to be straight, okay? So backing up, don't worry about that ankle joint right now. We'll worry about the calf muscles later. So just holding that position again, breathing into the stretch, everyone, really relaxing. The more that you relax, the more you can let yourself go, the more benefit you're gonna derive from that stretch, okay? So this ankle is going to go over the opposite knee. Okay, we want to reach in through the legs, grab that left thigh, draw in. Okay, circle the ankle now so we can stretch out those ligaments and tendons that basically hold that ankle together. We can put a little pressure on that outside knee if we want to press out on it with the elbow. Get those side muscles a little bit more involved there. Okay, but again, you do what's comfortable for you. You might find just doing this is your range of motion, is your where you can go, okay? So again, no right, no wrong, but we should be feeling it in the hip and the low back. Okay, unravel, other leg down to the ground, okay, and the other leg coming to the air, and again, we may have more give, we may have less, but take it to its end point. So start here, straighten the leg, and then work your way up, okay? Hold that position, relax the shoulders, breathing into the stretch. Letting yourself go. feeling a good stretch right here in those hamstring group, right? These muscles tend to be quite tight, everyone, especially if we do a lot of sitting, okay, which hopefully we're not. But if we do have more of a sedentary lifestyle, these muscles tend to be quite tight, quite short. So good area to stretch for sure. Let's now cross over. So ankle on that opposite knee. Again, reaching up if we have that reach. Okay, drawing in, circling the ankle, and putting a little pressure there if we can on that outside knee. Okay. Just relaxing, feeling it again in our glute area there. If you do have low back issues, okay, as I do, you'll feel a nice stretch too in that low back. Excellent, and let's now unravel this position. Okay, so all the way down, and I'm going to say both legs. Okay, let's do a goddess pose for our inner thighs. So just drawing those feet together, knees off to the sides. Okay, holding that position there. Letting yourself go, and again, letting those knees fall as close to the floor as possible for you, right? You might be a little bit higher. That's fine, as long as you're feeling the stretch right in those inner thighs. Good, everyone. Okay, and let's now, although it feels so darn good, we can have a little snooze if we wanted to, couldn't we? My cat naps later, so I have to wait on that. Let's bring those knees together. Okay, grab one thigh. We'll just use that as momentum to come up. Okay, and we can now do our calf stretch. So I'm going to stay at the side of you so you can see my upper body positioning here. We want to hinge from those hips, so going forward like this. We don't want to be doing this. Okay, so just nice and tall, reaching for our toes, gently pulling our toes towards us. If we don't have that reach, okay, again, as I often say, don't do this. Don't bend the knees to grab the toes. Okay, what you need to do is more of an active stretch. So you just use this muscle and you point the toes towards your head. It's not flaccid. Okay, you have to be engaged, you have to be active, pointing the toes towards your head if you don't have the reach. Okay, that's an important point there. A lot of times, again, when I do fitness classes, I see this a lot. And you're not going to capture that big gastrocnemius muscle, right? Okay, one of the big guys of our calf muscles. Okay, let's release that position there. Pulling one foot in to the opposite inner thigh. I want you to lift up the chest, okay? Turn away from that leg, okay? Take a deep breath in. And exhale as we go off to the side, and that's key. Okay, there's nothing wrong per se if we do this. That's a great stretch, but I want to actually get our side muscles, or our obliques, okay, muscles that run or connected at least at the side of our body. Okay, good. Holding that position there, coming up very gently, and I'm going to just say switch off. So other leg out, other leg in. Okay, deep breath, turning away from that leg. And exhale as we go down, and I'm just going to turn so you can see me. Okay, and exhale. Okay, holding that position. Right, and in terms of length, duration, everyone, we should at least be holding the stretch about 8 to 10 seconds. Okay, might seem a little bit lower than what you've been told before. Science is always changing. There's always different things that are coming out. Let's get into the next stretch and I'll continue on. So bending that straight leg. Okay, so make sure both knees are bent. You want to make sure that we're nice and tall in the chest and the neck, leaning back and squeezing the glute of the leg that we're trying to stretch. Okay, so squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So yeah, so just to finish that point. So, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Okay, some literature states if you're holding a stretch for 8 to 10 seconds, that's enough of a release. If you hold it longer, you're going to get more, but as long as you hold it for 8 to 10, that's enough to release the tension that was built up in that muscle when you were training. Okay, coming up, and I'll just say switch off. Okay, so again, both knees are bent, that's key. Nice and tall as we lean back, especially in the neck, squeezing the glute of the leg that we're stretching. Okay? Okay, but again, the longer that you hold it, if you do repeats, okay, so a second set of things, if I wanted to, we could go back and forth, then you're going to have a little bit more relaxation and more extensibility in the muscle and connective tissue. Okay, so coming up, let's just sit cross-legged, everyone, rounding the shoulders back a couple times. Okay, let's finish up with a deep breath. Big exhale,
and we've done it again. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself today. If you feel like you need more, again, as